Plague Triumvirate has descended on the Feudal World of Cerberus, led by the Herald of Nurgle, host of the Destroyer Hive, Typhus.
It begins. There can be no interruption. This planet shall be a portal, unleashing the blessings of Nurgle upon the Imperium, and open the way for my father. See that the servants of the corpse emperor are dealt with. The ritual begins.
Warriors of the Fourth, we stand in honored company, fighting alongside the Dark Angels. Bring honor to the chapter. We shall bring death to the traitors in the name of the Emperor.
See that you do not get in our way, Captain. Sons of Caliban, the enemy seeks to enact some dark ritual and have prepared themselves for our arrival. Show them the fury of the thirst to the enemies of the Imperium. Fifth Company, to battle.
Welcome whānau to this 80 power level Warhammer 40k battle report with New Zealand's #1, the maoriwargamer. The thrilling conclusion to the two-part Rise of Lazarus campaign, which sees the Dark Angels 5th Company, led by Master Lazarus, take on the Death Guard of the Hollow Swarm. We've brought Plague and Contagion to the Feudal World of Cerberus. A Plague Triumvirate are in the midst of a dark ritual, hoping to turn the planet Cerberus into a plague world and spread Nurgle's blessing across the Imperium. Master Lazarus has readied the 5th Company to thwart their plans, accompanied by a small force of Storm Wardens, who initially answered the call for aid and responded to the Death Guard assault. We'll be playing a custom mission of my creation. We have 3 objective markers held by the Plague Triumvirate, 3 Lords of Contagion. We have Faltheus guarding this objective here, Typhus guarding this objective here, and Lord Magoth guarding this objective here, looking to complete their ritual and bring further chaos to the Imperium. The Death Guard achieved victory if any of the 3 Plague Lords here, through the forest there, and here are still alive and holding their objectives after 5 turns. The Dark Angels simply need to kill all 3 Plague Lords or hold the objectives by end of turn 5. Deployment for the Imperium, we have Primaris Lieutenant Zachariah leading the Hellblasters, Raven Wing Attack Squadron Arian scattered along there, the Storm Wardens riding alongside, Rhino and Razorback loaded up, ready to move forward, and the bulk of our infantry here will be foot slogging it across the battlefield. The Death Guard Hollow Swarm are deployed here on the objective, a couple of Plague Marine squads in the rear, Typhus surrounded by the Poxwalkers in the forest, vehicles loaded up and ready to race down the road, holding back the Dark Angels lines, and Lord Faltheus and his tainted cohort are deep within this forest ruin, guarded by these Plague Marines moving through the bush. So filming this game whilst in quarantine from COVID-19, so my usual opponent has not been able to film with me, but my beautiful fiance has agreed to play with me, so hoping this shouldn't have too much impact on the battle report itself, but it's going to take more of my time. So that's the story, that's our mission. We'll kick into it. I hope everyone is staying safe and healthy during these crazy times. Dark Angels versus Death Guard. the Sons of the Lion taking out turn number 1. But before we do that, let's take a closer look at the armies we'll be playing with today. We have 60 power level of Dark Angels led by Master Lazarus of the 5th Company. He's armed with Enmity's Edge, one of the Heavenfell Blades, and contrary to his profile, I have equipped him with a bolt rifle. Just for story purposes, modeling purposes, I wanted to equip him with the Spirit Shield Helm and the bolt gun as well. He is accompanied by Primaris Lieutenant Zachariah, armed with a bolt rifle. We have a 5-man intercessor squad armed with bolt rifles, and we have a 10-man tactical squad, Squad Gideon, armed with bolt guns, Sergeant with a power fist, and we have a las cannon and a melter gun in there. We have a 5-man Hellblaster squad armed with plasma incinerators, and we have a 5-man Devastator squad armed with 2 multi-melters, 2 grav cannons, and the Sergeant equipped with a combi melter. We have a Raven Wing attack squadron led by Sergeant Arian armed with a chainsword. We have this guy here with a plasma gun. There is an attack bike equipped with a multi-melter, twin bolt guns on all the bikes, and we have a Raven Wing land speeder armed with a heavy bolter. We have the 5th Company champion Guy Drael. He is armed with a Blade of Caliban, a combat shield, and a bolt pistol. And we have a Rhino armed with just smoke launchers, and a Razorback armed with a twin las cannon. We have a small detachment of Storm Wardens, 18 power level in total, made up of the remnants that have arrived to support the Dark Angels. They are led by a captain with a power sword and a plasma pistol. We have a 3-man Reaver squad armed with heavy bolt pistols and combat knives. We have a 3-man aggressor squad with flamestorm gauntlets, and a 3-man biker squad sergeant armed with a power sword. We've got a guy with a melter gun here, and twin bolt guns on all the bikes. We have 80 power level of Death Guard, the Hollow Swarm, led by a Plague Triumvirate consisting of Typhus. He's armed with the Destroyer Hive and a Plague Reaper mastercrafted. The Lord of Contagion, Lord Faltheus, armed with a Plague Reaper as well. And Lord Magoth, Lord of Contagion, armed with a Man Reaper. We have 2 5-man Plague Marine squads. This squad here, a plasma gun, a champion with a plasma gun and a power fist. And this squad here, power fist champion and a blight launcher. We have a unit of 20 poxwalkers with improvised weapons. A 5-man Blight Lord Terminator squad with Bale swords, plague axes, a plague spewer and combi bolters. The 3-man Blight Lord squad of Lord Faltheus's cohort armed with combi bolters, plague spewers, and a Noxious Blightbringer armed with a plague bell and a plasma pistol. We have a Mythitic Blight Hauler armed with a missile launcher, a multi-melter, and a lawnmower mouth. And we also have a Fetid Bloat drone armed with 2 plague spewers and some sort of probe. Alright, Fido, so end of the movement phase for the Dark Angels, turn number 1. As they look to thwart the ritual of the Death Guard. Arian has led the Raven Wing attack squadron forward, accompanied by the Storm Wardens bikers. Master Zachariah has led the Hellblasters, looking to make it through the rocky outcrop and travel down there. The Rhino moving forward this way as well, splitting off from the Razorback, which is racing down the line. It's carrying the 5 Devastators and the Company Champion. So looking to offload that and tear into the Death Guard that are all around here. 3-man Reaver squad moving along. The aggressors have taken the cover in the crater here, accompanied by Captain Conovar of the Storm Wardens. Lazarus and the intercessors moving forward as well, tracking through on foot. Alright, so the Reaver squad of the Storm Wardens going to open fire into the Blight Lords. 3 heavy bolt pistol shots hitting on 3s. 2 hits. And strength 4 to toughness 5, so looking for 5s. Nothing. Alright, so Lazarus and Conovar fired into the Blight Lords who tanked those shots. Same as last week. The defenses of the Death Guard are mighty indeed. We'll keep clipping away though. Razorback firing into the Heretic Blight Hauler. 2 twin las cannon shots. Hitting on 4s because we moved. No. The Raven Wing advanced, and so they've got Jink for the next turn. These guys advanced as well, but won't be jinking. End of the shooting phase for the Dark Angels, turn 1. Or end of the turn, actually, turn 1, Dark Angels. We managed to kill 1 Plague Marine in that forest there, with a lucky shot landed by the Hellblasters. Still managed to disgustingly resilient and tank 2 more of those wounds. So man, I'm going to have my work cut out for me as we work to pepper our way through. Raven Wing advancing. You've got that Jink 4-up invulnerable going on. But yeah, that's the state of the battlefield right now. Turn 1, not a lot of damage done. Although really I'm just making a lot of setups that will come to fruition later on in the game. As we move over to the Hollow Swarm turn number 1, the Death Guard infantry vehicles look ready to defend the Lords of Contagion, who are enacting their dark ritual. End of movement phase for the Hollow Swarm turn number 1. Lord Falfius still on objective 3. Dark energy swirling around him as he works on the ritual. His Blight Lord Terminators, Falfius' tainted cohort, moving forward into the little cover provided by this ruin in anticipation for the Raven Wing who have jetted around there. We have the Plague Marines moving through the forest as well, readying for their arrival. The fetid bloat drone has buzzed its way through thick clouds of smoke, trailing behind it as it moves to cut off the advance of the bikers. Over here, the Poxwalkers still mull around Typhus as he works on the ritual. 5 Plague Marines and the Noxious Blightbringer move forward, the bell ringing as they advance towards the enemy. The Blight Lords move forward to protect Lord Magoth, who is also working on the ritual. So those Plague Lords will stay inactive. The only thing they can do is attack in close combat when they get the opportunity. So they'll heroically intervene if combat starts. However, their attentions are focused purely on that ritual. And we're ready to go into shooting phase for Hollow Swarm turn number 1. Stay with us, maoriwargamer. Shooting phase, Hollow Swarm turn 1. The Heretic Blight Hauler has raced down the road, looking to stop the Razorback. It was carrying the 5 Devastators and the company champion. Readies its multi-melter and a crack missile to fire into the armored vehicle. So Razorback's taken 1 wound, -2 AP, so looking for a 5-up save. 5s for the Lion. Yeah, there we go, he's good as gold. The Plague Marine squad are all going to fire their bolt guns. We've got 2 shots from the Blight Launcher, and they'll be shooting into the Storm Warden Reavers here. So we've got 4 black bolt gun dice, 2 white Blight Launchers rolling in. Oh, not good. So the bolt gun landed a wound. We're looking for a 3-up save for the Reavers. I'll use a command point on that. Okay, 1 wound, they got 1 more left. Alright, and the Blight Lords are going to shoot into the aggressors. We've got 16 bolt gun shots, hitting on 3s, rolling in. So bolt gun strength 4 to aggressors toughness 5, so we are looking for 5s to wound. We'll count that up, doesn't look too promising. Alright, so landed 4 wounds. We're looking for 4 3-up saves for the aggressors. Yo, we're good. This Blight Lord here with his Plague Spear is going to land D6 auto hit, so 1 dice rolling. Just 1 dice. D6 shots are rolled dice. So it gets 1 shot. So the Plague Spear has landed 1 shot. We're rolling strength 5 to toughness 5, so we're looking for a 4 or higher. And that's a wound, and that's -1 AP. So for the aggressor, that will be 1 4-up save. Rolling for a 4 or higher. Yo, we're good. Now you don't want to clap for me because you're the bad guys. And I am, well, I mean, when we don't play, we're not biased. But I'm playing as the heroes of this game, at least from my perspective. Alright, so the fitted bloat drone is going to shoot into the bikers here. Rolling in 2d6 auto hits. So that is 2 4, so that's 8 hits in total. So we'll roll the wound. Alright, so the bikers have suffered 5 wounds. We're looking for 5 4-up saves. So we've passed 2, failed 3. So that means 1 biker is dead and 1 is on 1 wound. We have the Plague Marines here looking to shoot into the bikers, finish what the bloat drone started. We have 2 plasma guns shooting in and 2 bolt guns. Plasmas are the white dice. We're looking to hit on 3s. So that is all hits. Alright, so white dice we're looking for 3s to wound. Green dice we're looking for 5. So rolling in. Oh, so only 1 wound, no AP on that one, so 1 3-up save. Boom, we're good. Alright, so end of turn 1 for the Hollow Swarm as they look to complete a dark ritual, turning the planet of Cerberus into a plague world, thereby unleashing chaos within the Imperium. Managed to kill 2 bikers. That guy's dead. Compared to the Dark Angels only taking out 1 Plague Marine last turn. So, yeah, early losses on the Imperium side. However, still 4 more turns to go. Could be anyone's game. We'll see how things pan out as we go into turn 2 for the Dark Angels. End of movement phase for the Dark Angels, turn number 2. The Storm Wardens are moving in to engage with the Blight Lords here, protecting Lord Maggoth, who is in the middle of the Dark Ritual. Lazarus will leave those guys to the Storm Wardens, and him and the Intercessors are moving forward. Down the road, they'll engage with the Mythic Blight Hauler. The Razorback has moved forward along the crater. It's got the Devastators and the Company Champion. Probably looking to move forward towards the forest where Typhus is surrounded by his Poxwalkers. The Raven Wing Attack Squadron have moved forward towards Faltheus and his Tainted Cohort. The Storm Warden Biker, the Survivor, moving to engage with the Mythic Blight, with the Fitted Bloat Drone, accompanied by Primaris Lieutenant Zachariah. The Hellblasters have moved into the rocky outcrop. The Rhino, path blocked by the Bloat Drone, has unloaded the 10 tactical Marines who are all piled onto the shipping containers, looking to take their shots down into the Death Guard that are swarming the battlefield. Shooting phase for the Dark Angels, turn number 2. The Mighty Aggressors, intimidating looking Flamestorm Gauntlets, probably not going to be too effective against the Blight Lords, more effective against the 20 Poxwalkers over there. Yeah, strength 4, no AP. Don't think it's going to do too much against the Cataphracti armor. We're going to shoot in anyway. 2d6, 3, 2d6. So 6d6. Auto hits. Very high. Alright, so the Flamestorm Gauntlets didn't really do much in the shooting phase, but they are essentially power fists, so once we get into the combats, we should be able to do a bit more damage with these guys. I'm going to shoot in now with the Reavers. Reaver's going to shoot into the Blight Lords next. the bodyguards of Lord Magoth. I'm going to fire in a shock grenade with D3 hits. So 3 hits with the shock grenade. Right, that was 3 attacks with the shock grenade. So we're throwing that into the Blight Lords, preparing for close combat, a charge next turn. So the shock grenades will mean the Blight Lords can't fight, can't shoot back in Overwatch, and will -1 to hit in that combat. So render them a bit less effective. So we've got 3 hits to make, as well as 2 heavy bolt pistols. Greens the shock grenades. Looking for 3 to hit. Boom, so the shock grenades go off. I'm envisioning some sort of flashbang. It's going to stun the senses of the Blight Lords. We've got 2 heavy bolt pistol shots as well. Heavy bolt pistol, strength 4, toughness 5, so wounding on 5s. No wounds. So Captain Conovar of the Storm Wardens 4th Company lands a precisely well-aimed shot into the Blight Lord Terminators. This shot manages to pierce through the cataphracti armor. Disgustingly resilient of the Blight Lords also ineffective, and manages to kill one of the Blight Lords, one of the bodyguards of Lord Magoth, thinning the ranks somewhat slightly. Twin las cannon from the Dark Angel's Razorback, known as Squall, shooting into the Mythic Blight Hauler. 2 shots hitting on 4s. 1 hit. Wounding on a 3. Bingo. Alright, my Mythic Blight Hauler looking to make a 5-up demonic and vulnerable save. Alright, so 6 wounds remaining for the Mythic Blight Hauler. So we've killed 1 Blight Lord, 1 Plague Marine, 2 wounds dealt to the Blight Hauler. Still slow progress, but we're making our way through slowly, only turn 2 after all. So Tactical Squad Gideon on the Munitorium containers, going to fire in bolt guns first, and they're going to shoot into the Death Guard in the forest. We've got 4 remaining, so hitting on 3s. Alright, so we're looking for 5 2-up saves. They are in cover inside the forest, so 5 2-up saves from the Plague Marines. Made all of them. Alright, so the las cannon gunner of Squad Gideon has landed a successful wound, dealing 5 damage onto the Mythic Blight Hauler, who has 6 wounds remaining. We're looking for 5 5-up saves for Disgustingly Resilient. He made 3 of them. It's only 2 damage. That's why it always sucks playing against the Death Guard. Hate it. Alright, so we'll sweep over the battlefield of Cerberus as the shooting phase for the Dark Angels turn number 2 comes to an end. Ravenwing Attack Squadron did absolute zilch to the Blight Lords. Managed to deal 6 wounds onto the bloke drone, but that's with all 5 Hellblasters. That's pretty much everyone shooting in, as well as the Melter. So again, nothing. Those Plague Marines, no deaths there. And I mean, yeah, the Blight Hall is still alive and kicking as well. 4 wounds left. Yeah, not a lot happening at the moment. Again, still early days, not even halfway through. 3 more turns left to go. So we should make some big movements next turn, but we've got to hurry as the Plague Triumvirate, the Lords of Contagion, are looking to complete their ritual. There's 2 turns in so far. Falcius, Typhus, the host of the Destroyer Hive, and Lord Magoth way over there. No one's yet been able to stop them, so hopefully that will change. We'll go into the charge phase. Few charges coming up to hopefully thin the ranks of the Death Guard, the Hollow Swarm. Alright, and we managed to land a couple of lucky shots. We took 2 wounds off the Lord of Contagion with these combat knife equipped Reavers. But now they're going to prepare to face the wrath of a swinging Man Reaper as Magoth attacks with 4 swings of his weapon. Alright, so the Man Reaper is D3 damages, so rolling that now. Alright, so 1, 1, and 3. So that means one guy's dead, and one guy's on 1 wound. So the Reaver's still hanging on by a thread. Alright, so Lazarus has destroyed the Mythic Blight Hauler. I did forget the Foul Stench rule, which subtracts 1 to hits. But I don't think that would have mattered anyway. I think we rolled pretty high from memory. My opponent will use the Putrid Detonation, though, to automatically explode. So they're going to explode and affect anything within 7 inches. So that'll be the Rhino, these Intercessors, and Lazarus himself. However, his Spirit Shield Helm will activate as well. So we'll see what damages happen there. Alright, so the Hollow Swarm have activated Putrid Detonation to explode the Mythic Blight Hauler that fell in combat to Master Lazarus. So suffering 1 mortal wound for the Intercessors. They will save that on a 5 up, thanks to the Spirit Shield Helm. Failed, so they take a wound. Lazarus will save that on a 4 up. He is good, Master of the 5th. And the Razorback will save that on a 5 as well. And the Razorback is good as well. So everyone's good. This guy is gone. And we'll complete final combat with the Bloat Drone. Alright, and end of Dark Angel's turn number 2. The Bloat Drone remains with 1 wound after suffering a heavy power fist punch from the Sergeant Gideon. It managed to take down 2 Tech Marines as in that fight as well. Across the battlefield, the Dark Ritual is still in progress. Lord Felthius on his position. Typhus, Lord of Contagion, host of the Destroyer Hive, remains in the forest accompanied by the Poxwalkers. For how much longer, though, we managed to wipe out the 5-man Blight Lord squad. We managed to destroy the Mythic Blight Hauler, and the Bloat Drone doesn't have too much health left in it. Slowly going to make our way across. We'll see if the Death Guard, the Hollow Swarm, can do anything to slow our progress as we move into turn 2, Hollow Swarm. End of movement phase for the Hollow Swarm, turn number 2 in this Dark Angels versus Death Guard battle report, the Plague Ritual. These Plague Marines here have moved along the battlefield, looking to support Lord Magoth. His Blight Lord bodyguards were taken down in combat by the Storm Wardens, so they're looking to reinforce so he can get back to the ritual. However, quick scan, he's got Storm Wardens here, he has the Dark Angels here, Master Lazarus there, so he might be in a bit of a pickle. These guys are looking to hurry over to support the Lord of Contagion. Poxwalkers, again, they're chilling, swarming around Typhus, will protect him in the forest whilst he works his dark magics. And Felthius' tainted cohort remain behind this small ruin. The Plague Marines remain in the forest, protect themselves from cover. And the sneaky Bloat Drone with 1 wound remaining is moved right into this cluster here, surrounded by enemies on all sides, obviously looking to make a Putrid Detonation should it fall in battle. But we're going to the shooting phase now for the Hollow Swarm, see what will happen. Alright, so the Hollow Swarm Plague Marines shooting phase managed to take 2 wounds off the aggressor Sergeant here of the Storm Wardens. So they still remain at full strength with a wounded Sergeant, which is just fine. Across the battlefield, the Tech Marines, Tech Squad Gideon lost another 2 brothers. The Storm Warden Biker was killed by the Bloat Drone. Lucky shots. And the Raven Wing Attack Squadron managed to evade any hits moving at high speeds. They managed to avoid the combi bolter fire shot at them by Thalthius' tainted cohort. So that is their turn. We're going to charge over in the far end and with the Bloat Drone before we wrap up their turn. But the game's getting faster, quicker, so stay with us. We're moving into high speed action, high speed stakes, so you don't want to miss out on a single second. of glorious Warhammer 40k combat. Alright, so the Plague Marines have managed to charge into the Reaver Sergeant of the Storm Wardens. Their assistance won't be necessary. Lord Maggoth can handle these guys himself. Well, this guy himself, I'm sure. So we'll get into that shortly. The bloke drone has multi-charge into the Primaris Lieutenant and Tac Squad Gideon. I know what his plans are. He might take a mortal wound off us, but we should be fine. He's going to get punched in with Gideon's Power Fist anyway, so good luck to him, making a final suicide strike. Lord Maggoth swiftly ends the fight for the Storm Warden Reaver, swiftly decapitating him with his Man Reaper. No saves necessary there. Ending the turn for the Hollow Swarm, so the casualties are piling up. We've only got 4 Storm Wardens left on the battlefield, where there were 10. We've only got 4 remaining. Mostly I've suffered the casualties. A lot of the tac squad's gone, but we're still alive, we're still kicking. And the Hollow Swarm numbers have thinned out immensely. Quick scan across the battlefield there to see how things are looking. Pretty confident as the Dark Angels we're getting our second wind, or our first wind actually. Managed to clear out a bunch, so we've only got 2 zones left now. These Plague Marines and the Blight Lords protecting Lord Faltheus through the forest there. And these Intercessors moving down the road towards Typhus and his forest, where he is completing his Dark Rituals. Feeling pretty confident. We'll move into Dark Angels turn number 3. Don't want to spoil the rest of my strategy. We'll continue the fight as we look to stop the Plague Ritual. Alright, end of movement phase, Dark Angels turn number 3. The Noose tightens around the neck of the Hollow Swarm. The Ravenwing attack squadron led by Sergeant Arian burst through the forest, coming around to ambush, surround Lord Faltheus, who is still in the midst of the Plague Ritual. Primaris Lieutenant Zachariah leads the remaining squad Gideon towards the Plague Marines and the Blight Lords that protect him, looking to clear them out. Their main objective is to kill the Plague Lords, so they'll thin their ranks to support the Ravenwing, distract their infantry forces. We have also the Golden Gunner, the best marksman of the tactical squad, lining up his golden bolt gun to support. The Hellblasters remain here in the rocky outcrop 30-inch range, allows them to shoot anyone in their line of sight there pretty much. The Rhino has moved forward down the main road. Can't do a lot, doesn't have any weapons, so it's just going to drive around and just look busy. 5th Company Razorback Squall has deployed the Devastator Squad into the crater. They're looking to fire their heavy weaponry and clear out any remaining Death Guard threats. The company champion Guy Drael remains inside, ready to burst out from that door and tear his way through the Poxwalkers, thin the ranks in preparation for the arrival of Lazarus, and he will be ready to face Typhus himself actually if he gets the chance. Lazarus moves forward with unrelenting resolve and stern determination, striding across the battlefield, leading the Intercessor squad, ignoring the threats over here. He'll leave that to the Storm Wardens, the remaining survivors. 3 aggressors, Captain Conovar, up against quite the horde, but he'll trust that to them while he fights Typhus, who is the biggest threat at the moment. For the Storm Wardens, you know, they are fighting to prove themselves, bring glory to their chapter. They are not a chapter of the first founding. So when they're fighting with the first founding chapter, they fight ever harder to prove themselves and show them worthy of being Adeptus Astartes. So they got a lot on the line. You know, they did need to call in reinforcements, but they were up against Typhus. He is the son of Mortarion. So understandable. But yeah, narratively, I'm hoping that they'll be able to at least take down Magoth. They've managed to deal 4 wounds. So that's all they need to do. And I hope they have survivors so they can continue fighting the battle long after this campaign is over. Shooting phase Dark Angel's turn number 3. The Razorback's going to fire its twin las cannon and going to shoot into the Noxious Blightbringer over there, ringing its Plague Bell. We've got 2 shots hitting on 4s. 1 hit, and command point reroll of that one. Yo. 2 las cannon shots, so with strength 8 to toughness 5, so wounding on 3s. Yo. So we've got some saves to make. Alright, so the Noxious Blightbringer has been struck, has been wounded. Rolling for 6 disgustingly resilience, 5 ups. Yo. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all we need. The las cannon. Vaporizing him into dust. Now you see him, now you don't. Good stuff, good stuff. Alright, so the intercessors are up next. We're spending 2 command points on the rapid fire stratagem from Ritual of the Damned. The combination of superhuman reflexes and rapid bolted drills enable Dark Angel's intercessors to produce a devastating rate of fire. So they will become rapid fire 2. So we've got, be rolling 4 shots each, so 20 shots in total. We've also activated the tactical doctrine, increasing AP -1. So they'll be delivering 20 AP -2 bolt gun shots with Lazarus supporting their fire as well. We'll tear straight into that. Alright, so we've landed 15 hits with our intercessor squad. However, the Poxwalkers are in range of the host of the Destroyer Hive, Lord Typhus. And he will increase their toughness from 3 to 4. So we're rolling strength 4, toughness 4. 15 hits, looking for 4s to wound. Alright, let's count that up live on camera. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10 wounds, 10 AP -2. So that is 10 flat guys gonna die. But they do get 10. Wait, that was 10? Yep. 10 5 up disgustingly resilience. See how many survive that. So we're looking for 10 5 up disgustingly resilient dice. Rolling that in now. Oh, so passed 2, failed 8. That means 8 of these guys are dead. Yeah. Alright, and Master Lazarus manages to pick off another 2 himself. So 10 Poxwalkers left in that forest. I'm going to move over to the Storm Wardens. The aggressors are going to unleash their Flamestorm gauntlets onto Lord Magoth. Lord Magoth takes some heavy flames burst in from the aggressors. He's looking for 8 2-up saves. Should be easy peasy. Hold off, babe. Oh, that's what we want to see. 3 failed. And he's already down to 4 wounds, so he could potentially die. He's rolling 3, 5, or 6 disgustingly resilience now. Rolling 3, 5, or 6 disgustingly resilience. Failed all 3. Woo! Oh, can you believe it? So he has 1 wound left, suffering an intense volley of flames from the aggressors. That should be enough for Captain Conovar to deliver the finishing blow with his plasma pistol. Alright, Captain Conovar supercharging his plasma pistol, firing into Lord Magoth. Let's go, boys. Supercharge. Boom. That's a hit. Strength 8 to toughness 5, so 3's to wound. Bazinga. So he's needing a 4-up Cataphracti armor save, invulnerable save. Alright, yes, that is flat 2. So 2, 5, or 6 disgustingly resilience. The Storm Wardens will kill the next Lord of Contagion here, bringing the Plague Triumvirate to a Plague duo. Rolling off, babe. 5 or 6s. passed 1, failed 1, and that's all that we need. They're going to command point reroll this one though. Command point reroll as Lord Magoth stands on the brink of death. Yo, what does that say? That is a 4, that is death to Lord Magoth. Alright, so Lord Conovar supercharges his plasma pistol and delivers the killing blow to Lord Magoth, who collapses and his body decays rapidly. One of the Plague Triumvirate dead. 2 more to go. Alright, and the Devastators embarked from the Razorback managed to wipe out 3 of the 4 remaining Plague Marines hidden in the forest. 1 guy remains standing. Should be right pickings for our squads here to finish off. Alright, so the Hellblasters did nothing there. They managed to tank the wounds. Probably got to move them forward so they can be rapid firing. We've got the Raven Wing attack squadron. We're going to shoot them with these guys next. Alright, so these guys quickly proving their worth, managing to kill a Blight Lord finally. These guys, 3 turns, they're just tanking hit after hit. And killed the last surviving Plague Marine. So the Death Guard forces are thinner and thinner. And Lord Faltheus is going to be interrupted in his dark ritual as well. See if he can hold off the Ravenwing. Alright, attack bike, Ravenwing attack bike, multi-melter into Lord Faltheus. This could deliver the killing blow. Don't need the rest of these guys. We'll see what damage he does. Rolling off to hit. Hitting on force. 4-up save required for Faltheus. Rolling off. Scullies. So rolling 2d6. Oh, d6 damages too because it's in melter range. 5 wounds. So 5 up. Discuss. Wait. You need to roll 5 dice. Looking for 5 5-ups. So passed 2, failed 3, so taken 3 wounds. Faltheus, 3 wounds left. Raven Wing Biker is going to supercharge his plasma gun and shoot in. Hitting on a 3. Bolts. And supercharged plasma, 8 to 5 again, so 3's to wound. And that is a 6 for the Lion right there. So another 4-up invulnerable save there, babe. Get out of town. Alright, so I just don't want to die. We're working our way through this. Want to drag this out for 5 whole turns. So 2 twin bolt guns and the heavy bolter there, shooting into Faltheus. And just needing 1 2-up Terminator save. Again. Stop using my dice. This guy is still alive, 3 wounds. All these guys have shot into him. And that's the end of the shooting phase actually for Dark Angels turn 3. I don't really want to risk any combat. Before we wrap the turn, the aggressors here are going to charge in, accompanied by Captain Conovar. Going to tear into these Plague Marines. Have a better chance of, I mean, they did good against the Blight Lords, so let's continue that trend over here. They'll be shot back with Overwatch fire. Alright, and a stray bolt gun shot managed to take down the wounded aggressor sergeant. We've got 2 more aggressors, Captain Conovar, all at full health, ready to tear into these Plague Marines, so Emperor protect. Alright, so strength 8 to toughness 5, so wounding on 3s, and the green dice wounding on 5s. Yo, they're good to go. That was it. It's the only combat, so I guess the turn ends there. Dark Angels turn number 3. As they look to stop the Plague Ritual. We've interrupted and killed Lord Magoth. Faltheus is heavily wounded as well, so it shouldn't be too much longer to go. End of movement phase for the Death Guard Hollow Swarm. The two Blight Lords of Faltheus' tainted cohort are moving towards the Raven Wing attack bike, looking to get rid of its multi-melter that could cause grievous harm to Faltheus. At the moment, there's only the two Blight Lords, Faltheus and Typhus and 10 Poxwalkers. Oh, and these guys up here, but they're not going to survive next turn, I bet you. I don't think they're going to do any damage. So only one shooting with the Blight Lords now. Alright, the Blight Lords managed to deal 2 wounds to the Ravenwing attack bike. Still has 2 wounds remaining. They will charge into the bike, hoping to destroy it. But we will fire Overwatch back. Heavy one shot from the multi-melter, hitting on 6s for Overwatch. So close. Alright, and end of the turn for the Hollow Swarm, turn number 3, a quick turn. Stalemate combat here, no one hurt anyone. Over here, where we've been for like most of the game, Conovar and the 2 aggressors. One aggressor took a wound, but they have cleared the Hollow Swarm off this zone and captured the second objective, as well as killing one of the Plague Lords. So, quick game, let's wrap it up. Dark Angels turn number 4. I reckon it should be over after this one, if we are lucky. Alright, so in the movement phase, Dark Angels turn number 4 as they look to thwart the Plague Ritual. 5th Company Champion Gadrael burst out. He has a Blade of Caliban and a shield, ready to engage in combat with Typhus, the host of the Destroyer Hive. Twin Las Cannon of the Razorback sets its sight on the Lord of Contagion as well, Typhus the Plague Lord. Lazarus continues to move up the battlefield, the Intercessors behind him as well, looking to support Gadrael before he locks into combat. Over here, the Raven Wing Squad Arian moves around. Attack bike stays in combat. They're looking to shoot some shots into Faltheus. Lieutenant Zachariah moving forward with Squad Gideon. Everything's closing and that noose is getting tighter and tighter. The Hellblasters moved out of the rocky outcrop to support fire with their plasma incinerators. But yeah, that's the state of the battlefield here on Cerberus. The Death Guard all but eliminated. Some last few vestiges of resistance of corruption to cleanse. So we'll get to that right away. Don't go anywhere. Alright, and call the game there, Fano, with a Dark Angels victory against the Death Guard, the Hollow Swarm. Well-placed las cannon shot from Squad Gideon. He earned his place, actually. He was a pretty good MVP. I think he took out, dealt a big blow to the Blight Hauler, and then delivered the finishing blow to Faltheus, whose disgustingly resilience could not save him from that deadly shot. These guys, again, pretty ineffective, but what are you going to do? So that's 2 of the Plague Lords gone. Over here, the Razorback fired a deadly shot, dealing 4 wounds to Typhus, still alive with 2 wounds remaining. Before we wrap the game, I want to see if the 5th Company Champion could best him. So we're going to go into a quick combat before we wrap it up. Alright, 5th Company Champion Gadrael is going to charge into Typhus, the Lord of Contagion. An epic showdown. The role of the Company Champion, engage and battle the fiercest of opponents. So Gadrael leaps into battle against Typhus, son of Mortarion. The Company Champion's role is to engage those warlords, the mightiest of creatures, to free up the master to focus on other tasks across the battlefield. In this instance, Lazarus watches on, ready to engage should Gadrael fail, but it is rare that the Company Champion should fail. He embodies the honor and glory, the might of the 5th Company. So about to throw down for glorious combat. 4 attacks. hitting on 2s with the Blade of Caliban. So that is 4 hits. Strength 7, toughness 5. So 3s to wound. So 3 passed, 1 failed. However, he has honor or death. So he can re-roll failed hit rolls when fighting a character. So 4 wounds from the company champion of the 5th, Galadriel, into the mighty Typhus. We'll see what he can save. Alright, so 4 wounds taken by Typhus. He's looking for 4 up. Cataphractite and vulnerable saves. Roll those off. Oh, he's failed 3, passed 1. So that's dealing D3 damages. He does have 3 wounds, 2 wounds remaining. 6. So 3, 3, 2. 3, 3, 2, that is 8 damages. So he's taken 8 damages. He has 8 damage from those wounds. He has 2 wounds remaining. So we're rolling 8, 5 up, disgustingly resilience. So just needing to pass 8 5 ups. He's got 2, so if he fails, that's enough. 3 skulls equals skulls for Typhus, which equals the end of the game as the 5th company champion. Confirms his place, proves why he is chosen to be the company champion, why he has been entrusted with the Blade of Caliban. Alright, and that's the end of the battle, the end of another epic campaign. The Dark Angels achieving victory against the Death Guard as they thwart the Plague Ritual attempted to turn the planet of Cerberus into a plague world and throw the Imperium into further chaos. Ending with an epic clash between the 5th company champion. For those who love the narrative, the fluff, champion Galadriel once served with the Death Watch. In fact, he was the one who fought alongside Cassius in Death Watch Overkill when they fought the cult of Gossar Quintus, stepping into the mines, taking out the Patriarch. So he's returned to the 5th after service with the Death Watch, like former Master Balthazar, who also served with the Death Watch. So that's just a bit of extra narrative fluff. He has now gained another accolade, defeating Typhus, son of Mortarion, a legendary chaos figure. Additional glories will be heaped onto Galadriel. And Lazarus looks on, proud of the way the 5th company have handled themselves, striking hard and fast, working in unison, their efforts faultless. As they wiped the Death Guard from the battlefield, answering the call for aid for Cerberus, and responding to the aid of reinforcements for the Storm Wardens, who also managed to prove themselves as well. They did suffer great casualties, but they managed to take out their target, taking down Lord Magoth. But that will end the Rise of Lazarus little narrative battle, and the last we'll see of the Dark Angels for a little while. We've had 5 straight missions with them, but it looks like the 5th company is in safe hands. The fall of Balthazar, the rise of Lazarus. He is ready, he is strong, he is able to lead the 5th, fighting chaos, working and proving himself across multiple theatres of battle in this Imperium at war. So I hope you enjoyed that battle there, Fano. Feel free to leave any feedback, any tips, any rules errors, all that type of stuff. Not the most accurate, playful fun in this battle. I guess special thanks to my patient fiance. Filled her in. Wasn't quite the same without my usual opponent. Maybe less trickery, as she wasn't too rule savvy. But try to fill it in and make it a bit even. Could have been a different result if I was playing against my usual opponent. But overall, had fun, and that's what it's all about, especially especially in these challenging times, Whānau. As I said, I have been in lockdown. Should be back to normal, get that clearance in a couple of days. But I hope wherever you are, you're doing well. I'm fortunate to have a job to return to, but my brother, it's not all the same. Not everyone's doing well from this. So, look after yourself, stay healthy, wash your hands, and just be good people, I guess, is the main message. Work together, look after your mates, family, all that good stuff. And I'll just keep doing my part, filming weekly Warhammer battle reports for your entertainment. If you enjoyed this battle, give it a thumbs up, give it a like as well. Show your support for a humble wargamer from New Zealand. Next week we have the Genestealer cults facing off the Necrons. They have thrown an uprising, taken over the planet, but have in the process awoken a Necron tomb world that looks to show them who the true masters of the planet are. So they will be going to battle. But until then, I will catch you next week. Thank you for watching. I am the Maori Wargamer. Ka kite. Anō.